Greetings, guys, girls, non-binary pals, and welcome back to the SavvyCat Podcast. I'm Savvy.
And I'm Cat.
And so together, we make SavvyCat, you see?
Yeah.
Because we're creative geniuses.
Big brain.
Jinx.
Oh, no.
No, you can't talk until I say your name 3 times.
I don't give a shit.
If I was there, I could punch you because you spoke, but I can't.
But you're not, so suck it.
Very, very rude. Soon, though, we'll be in the same space.
Yes.
Kat and I have
Hopefully.
been so stressed recently. Oh, firstly, sorry for not having like a proper podcast last week. We had a different version.
Yeah.
I had strep throat. So
Yeah, Sav got really sick. She could not talk. So we thought it'd be best to give you a kind of podcast and then get back when we're fully ready and healthy.
So we're here now. And I think I
Yeah.
got sick because stress. Kat and I are currently, as you said, facing a lot of stress at the moment.
Yeah, capitalism is pretty much our biggest problem right now.
Yeah, we are on a time limit for moving out of our separate houses and finding a place to live. When Kat doesn't actually have her visa yet for the UK, neither of us have jobs or a source of income to get money, but we need to, get a flat and find someone who is willing to take us on when all we have is savings and hopefully be able to get a job, even though cases of coronavirus are currently rising, by the way.
See, here's our biggest dilemma, or at least my biggest dilemma. Okay, so we need a place to live in. To get a place to live in, we need a job. To get a job, I need a visa. To get a visa, I need a job. To get a job, I need a place where I can live. To get a place to live, I need a job. To get a job, I need a visa. To get a visa, I'm a bit confused.
It's terrible. The whole thing is terrible. But that's where we've got hostels and Airbnbs exist, so that's sort of helpful, but very annoying, because if we're moving all of our stuff, because moving cities, by the way, London is too expensive, so she's moving countries, I'm moving cities. We're looking at probably going to Manchester, because it's a lot cheaper. So we have to take all of our stuff across the country. And then if we moved into a temporary place just for a few weeks, having to move that without any form of transport, because we're having a car to help us move up there, moving all of our stuff without anything, because neither of us can drive. I can drive and automatic, but we can't
we don't
rent
have a car.
And we can't rent a car because we're not 25. So it's just a nightmare situation. And also with coronavirus cases rising, Manchester's in lockdown currently. They've got a ton of lockdown regulations. There aren't very many jobs available. Jobs are paying less than normal. And also jobs just pay shit in general.
Well, can I bring up the article?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm very petty about this.
No, you're not petty. Fuming. Absolutely fucking fuming.
Oh, I'm this was the cherry on top of the shit cake. This was just, it makes me unbelievably furious. So Forbes put out an article. When was this? October 2019. This article was released. It's called "The Truth of Disability Employment That Nobody Talks About." It's a study of disability employment in the US, and what they go through. So here is the data if you want to get pissed with us. In recent years, there have been reports of an estimated 420,000 individuals with disabilities who have been paid an average of just $2.15 per hour. The reason that employers can give such low wages is due to a loophole in the 1938 Fair Labor Standards Act. There's a clause that allows any firm with a 14C certificate to pay out wages based on productivity and ability, even at rates below minimum wage. These wages have been recorded to be as low as 3 cents per hour. 3 cents per hour. Employers justifies these sub-minimum wages by saying they're providing the workers with vocational training and jobs for those who otherwise cannot find one. So they're trapping people who they know damn well, because of their circumstances, cannot get a job anywhere else, and making them work slave labor. 3 cents. 3 cents.
Well, even going up to that average of like $2.15. Even that.
Mm-hmm. So let me just, okay.
We worked out that you have to work full time on minimum wage to barely survive. So full time on $2.15 an hour.
No, to put that, if you worked 40 hours for 3 cents an hour, you get $1.20.
So like $4 a month.
Yeah.
$5 a month.
Yep.
Yeah. They surely have government benefits in the US, right? So surely you just...
They do, but the system there is, if you get even like a cent over the like maximum amount of money you can have, like they say you can only get say $2,000 a year to get government funding. This is just, I don't know the exact
that's what
number.
I mean. That's what I mean. If you're getting paid 3 cents an hour, I would just not work at all.
No,
surely.
that's what people do. But the problem is, if you get even 1 cent over that, like if you get, I don't know, family money or donations or anything like that, 1 cent over that 2,000, at any point in your life, you can no longer get the funding. If it's even in your bank account. No, if you have an object over $2,000, no, never. You can never get it again.
That seems a little bit suspiciously ridiculous. I don't understand that country, like, at all. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
It makes me furious. It makes me fucking furious.
It's genuinely, that's actually just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
But move to America. It's the greatest country in the world. We provide opportunities for everyone. The land of freedom. The land of money.
And, like, the companies that pay like that are the companies who can afford to pay them, too.
Oh, yeah. Where is it? According to the 2018 report by the National Council of Disabilities, the 10 most extensive sheltered workshops had a combined annual revenue of $523 million. And the CEO of the biggest sheltered workshop received a salary of $1.1 million while employing 1,790 sub-minimum wage workers.
Wow.
A reminder, this law was passed 80 years ago. So technically, 80 years ago, 3 cents would have been a lot of money.
Oh yeah, 80 years ago.
Now.
80 years ago, people did work for that much. That was like normal.
Yeah.
Like even when my mum was a kid, it was like 10 cents an hour.
Yeah. Because people weren't as rich as they are now, and people weren't as poor as they are now.
And inflation.
Yeah.
I can't believe that that's okay. And that people aren't talking about that.
That makes me look sick.
That needs to be, the fact that that's not regulated and that's just completely shoved under the rug and ignored.
Well, I found out about this because, you know, Goodwill?
Yeah.
Literally the company that provides people for disabilities. Yeah, they're one of the ones that do it the most. And they've actively campaigned for changing the law.
I think that I've
Like,
heard that before.
Yeah, they've campaigned against changing the law. Like, they lobby for never changing it.
That's fucked up. I think I've heard people say not to shop at Goodwill, but I didn't know I didn't know why.
Goodwill, by the way, makes $5.1 billion. That's their revenue.
Like yearly?
Yeah.
Aren't they meant to donate money?
They're a non-profit organisation. But that's their revenue. That's how much they make. And they pay sub-minimum wage.
But they're non-profit.
Non-profit.
Who gets that $5.1 billion?
I will see.
Just out of intrigue, because I feel like it's not charities. Or if it is, then what the fuck? Why would you not pay your work? What? I don't understand.
Do they not say?
That's a bit suspicious.
Oh, it says donate and you get tax savings. That's the first selling point for donation. I'm literally not making this up. I clicked donate and it says fucking the personal savings you may potentially receive. That's all fucked up.
What is that country? What the fuck, man?
I'm gonna cry.
What?
Oh my god. That's not... Where does it go though?
You'd think they would say somewhere where it goes to.
Yeah, I'm trying to... I think it goes to finding workers jobs, but obviously that's not what's fucking happening.
Or it's finding able-bodied people jobs.
Yeah. Or like, it's like, they train people to work and stuff like that, but... So that's where it's going, I guess, to teachers.
That doesn't make sense. That's ridiculous. I'm angry.
Or research? Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so that's our fucked up fact of the day.
You're welcome.
I just can't believe... I feel like I'm going to look into this in different countries and then get just really, really upset. Like, looking for jobs and stuff and seeing how little people are paying for such high demanding jobs literally has made me cry multiple times. Like, a lot of tears have been shed these past few days.
Yeah. I've basically, I think I texted you yesterday, I'm in like a constant panic attack.
Yeah.
I've lost all feeling of my body because of how shit this situation is. Like, not for us. Like, not even for us. Just for the rest of the world.
Just for everyone. It's just so shit. And, like... I mean, it's hard for us... And that's what's crazy, is that, like, it's really hard for us at the moment and really, really scary and stressful, but so much better than it is for... Like, we're in the minority of, like...
Yeah.
Being... We're in a good position compared to so many other people.
Definitely. We are privileged. And I will say that. Doesn't negate it how hard it is, but I definitely understand and recognize that it's 1,000 times harder if we had different skin or different abilities or different...
Yeah.
Like, I fully recognize that, which makes me so angry. Makes me ridiculously angry, like stupid angry.
Yeah, well, it is that thing, right, of recognizing how privileged we are and how hard it is for us, and then realizing how many people don't have our privileges and how hard it must be for them.
Yeah.
It's just, and
like, the thing that gets me the most is like the whole argument of like, oh, they worked hard, just work harder. Like, first of all, my first problem is the obvious one. No, they fucking didn't work hard. The second problem, or one of the many problems, is why? Why should we have to work hard? Why should we have to work?
To be able to survive.
Why should we have to work to have a roof over our head and to have water?
When
Why?
Jeff Bezos gets paid $2,500 for every breath he takes.
Why?
Jeff Bezos makes more money in 15 minutes than the average American with a college degree makes in their entire lifetime.
And like, I talked about my this with a friend, and they were like, "Oh, it's otherwise there'll just be overpopulation." It's like,
well, firstly, do you know how much of the world is uninhabited? Like, there's enough room.
yeah, and also like, and what?
And also no, because like if people
Yeah.
got better education and access to healthcare, there would be less pregnancies in like developed countries, and even in undeveloped countries, if they had more money, there would be less pregnancies, because in a lot of places people have a ton of kids in order to help them survive. So like you see a lot of families, like, you know, in third world countries, you know, you've lived in them. You see like really large families and really small houses because they can't afford food without like 6 people all working in one household. So that's why there are such large, like, so many people in so many of these countries, and also the fact that like youth mortality rates are so high, so they have to have more kids, like in like, you know, Animal Kingdom and stuff, they have like 6 children because 4 of them are gonna die, sort of thing. And I think people in countries where like famine is like, and like waterborne diseases and stuff, they have lots of kids for the fact that the likelihood of one of them dying is like really high.
Yeah. And also like the argument of like, as we just said, we're privileged. We grew up with a lot of those things that a lot of people didn't have.
Yeah.
And I'm still fairly able to recognize that I won't have maybe more than one kid. Like I will fully recognize that I probably won't have a kid, because I understand what's happening in the world. And we can't ever, when we say we want to like change a system, that doesn't mean we can or ever be able to erase everything else that's happened in the past. We won't be able to forget that. It's not just going to go away. That's why we want to change it. It's like we won't be able to negate all the education that we've had. We won't be able to negate all the history that we've learned. We'll still have it. We'll still be able to teach it.
But it's important to teach it.
Exactly. And if we teach it, that means we'll fix these other problems that you're bringing up if things just go away. Oh, if they work harder, then they can get money. Oh, we'll take that away. They won't have to work in order to have a house and water. Oh, they'll become lazy. No, they won't, because their parents wouldn't have.
Well,
Because
also
they'll know the value of it.
People want things.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they can have food and water, they'll be lazy. Well, firstly, why does it matter if they're lazy?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Secondly, people want things. You see people like, you know, there are like millionaires who still work. You don't see like, look at all the, you know, like actors, singers, whatever. Look at all of them. They have enough money to last in the rest of their lives. They still work because they like what they're doing. There are people who could live comfortably with the money that they have and would still work because people get bored. People want to do things. People want to contribute to society, and not everyone. And I've seen people talk about that when it comes to things like communism. They're like, well, you just have to rely on the fact that people want to be doctors to help people, not because of the salary. And I'm like, I agree that that would be great, but unfortunately a lot of people do go into the medical field because they want the money. But on the other hand, there are people who never get the chance to go into being a doctor because they don't have any money to start with. Even just providing equal opportunities at the beginning would solve so much of this big wealth gap issue. Like, even, you know, we're not saying to stop, like,
it's like we're not saying, oh, make everybody rich, make everybody millionaires, because we know that's not fucking realistic. We're just saying let people be able to drink water and eat food and have a roof.
That's
literally the
it.
basis of survival. That's all we're asking.
Yeah.
And you're going, that's a bit too much, don't you think?
And we'd yeah, and I mean, we'd have more, like, doctors and lawyers and teachers, because all the people who haven't had the opportunity to do that would love to do that, would be able to. And then, you know, if we paid, like, minimum wage workers more, we would, like, I feel like people would like to do that. People like working retail and things. And if we paid them...
People, literally, if you gave someone the option to do something, if you gave someone the choice to do something and they chose it, they'd be 1,000 times happier and do the job 1,000 times better. That's proven. That's literally proven.
Exactly. So if we pay people, like, we close the gap of, like, how much we're paying people a bit more, pay people right at the top who don't need all that money a little bit less, pay the people right at the bottom a little bit more, you're gonna get more people wanting to work in the fields that they want to work in. Because I'm sure there are people who, like, you know, went into certain careers because it makes them more money, who would have loved to do things that pay less but can't survive off of a lower salary.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, again, going back to the thing is, like, oh, people will be lazy. Or people won't do anything. Like, I also see that with a lot of, like, mental health. When they're talking about mental health people, like, it'll give them an excuse. It's just like, fuck you. Maybe.
You can find an excuse in anything.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if people want to
like,
work,
they will. It shouldn't even be an excuse. Why do we have to make excuses for, I don't want to do something? Like, why are we at the point where we have to make excuses for literally not wanting to do something? When we have the ability to not do that.
Yeah, because there is...
That's the thing. That's the people are always like, oh, well, we can't do that right now. It's like, we can. We literally can. We can, though. Though we can. It's just that, like, 2 people in this planet won't.
Money is not real.
It's not. It's really not.
Especially now, like, money used to be like it was a physical thing that people held on to. So, like, what's happening now, like, with the investment in stocks and whatever, and that's where most of their money comes from, that couldn't happen before. Not really. And I feel like I've always questioned, I'm like, and whenever I've mentioned this, people are like, well, the economy would crash. And I'm like, well, then it's a fucking broken system. Surely just go into the system and add another fucking zero at the end.
Exactly.
Why can't we do that? I don't understand. Maybe I don't know how economics works.
I know. I've done an economics class, and all that reinforced me is, A, it's broken if one tiny little mistake can destroy it absolutely all. And 2, it's not a real thing.
I just don't understand why.
It's just that you believe in it. It's just that we all believe in it, and we all collectively agreed that it was a thing. But if we all just stop doing that, it wouldn't.
We could all just decide that fucking this is our new currency.
Yeah.
And then it would be.
Yeah. We could literally go back to trading.
We could use stickers.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Can we make our money stickers?
Yes, please.
Your bank is just a sticker chart.
Every time you purchase something, you have to rip one off and stick it on the hand.
You have different size stickers or different colored stickers for different things, and yeah.
Let's make them animals. Like, say, like, a worm is like $1, and then like a caterpillar is like 50 cents, and then like a frog is 2, and a cat is like 5, and then we just keep getting bigger.
Brilliant. I like this plan. The blue whale is like $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. I'm glad that we have. This is this. World leaders, listen up. All right.
Yeah.
That's...
Economy solved.
We fixed it. That's the other thing that's annoying me a lot about capitalism at the moment, and Cat as well. I want to go home for Christmas.
Oh, God. We had to bring that up.
If you aren't aware, Kat and I are from New Zealand. Kat hasn't gone home in about, 3 years?
Just over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
Just over 3 years now.
And I've been here for almost a year now, and I was actually meant to go home in July, and then I changed my plans. But I've always intended on going back for Christmas. Obviously, with coronavirus, it made it really difficult. So I was willing to, spend all my savings to go home and spend an extra 2 weeks so I could do the 2 weeks of, regulated, like you have to go to a hotel for 2 weeks, quarantine. And I was like, okay, I'll go for 6 weeks rather than 4 weeks. That's fine. Because it was fully paid for. All your food, everything, because, the only people allowed into the country are New Zealanders, so it's like they'll pay for it for you because you have a house to go to most of the time.
And that's the key thing though. The only people who were allowed to come in were New Zealanders.
Yes.
But they've changed that.
So basically now, you have to pay $3,100, which is £1,600 for the 2 weeks of isolation. Which is it's like that thing of traffic fines, right? You charge a millionaire $200 for speeding, he'll speed again, doesn't matter. You charge someone else, and that's their rent, and they can't afford food for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
And so it should be done based on income. And that's the same for coming into New Zealand. People who earn a ton of money, because the only people that can come into New Zealand at the moment are rich people. Charge them more.
Not even Kiwis. Not even rich Kiwis.
Well, see, Kat,
any rich person.
The thing is, no, it's just celebrities. Celebrities have a pass. But Benedict Cumberbatch is in New Zealand. I don't know if he's still there, but he was there in June when the rule still says only Kiwis. He's been there.
I'm about to fucking.
He was there in June, man.
Scream.
He was in Ponsonby.
Fuck.
So Benedict Cumberbatch was spotted out in Ponsonby in June. Now, unless he'd been there since before March, they're filming movies in New Zealand, and I understand in the way that New Zealand economy, a lot of it has to do with tourism, and so I understand,
and especially our film industry is a lot of
exactly.
our fucking.
So I understand that they need it for the economy. I'm not mad about the fact that they have that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can film your movies. I understand the country needs money.
No. I am mad about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because New Zealand actors aren't getting paid.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I am angry about that, actually. Because New Zealand actors can't get a job.
Yeah, surely they should employ Kiwi actors onto the films.
My dad's an actor.
Yeah, that's, by the way, just that I feel like context was important there.
Yeah.
I think...
No, I'm gonna sit with that one for a bit. Let it boil.
I dropped something into my straw and it stuck. It's a sticker. Fuck.
You dropped a whole $1 down there, Sav.
I fucking know, man.
You done messed up.
Hello? Well, that's fine, I guess. I was having fun playing with that. But, anyway, sorry. But, if they're gonna let celebrities in, they should, charge them more so we can come home. And also, pay New Zealand actors. I know the government payout, though, the benefit during coronavirus has been better than it was prior.
Definitely.
Which is good, at least.
Yeah.
My friend who works, on a casual contract where she'll work, a day a week was getting, twice her normal pay because it was, all casual workers got the same amount. And so she
if that doesn't show how bad minimum wage is... The government even thinks you deserve more than that. Oh my god.
Well, same with teachers and things. They were getting more pay being off. Teachers don't get paid enough either, though.
We just went from actors. Please don't get me started on that.
There was a big strike last year, the teachers' strike back at home. And my sister, all the schools at home did like every Friday, no school because the teachers were striking. But it was like year by year. So like 1 week it was the year 9s wouldn't go to school, and then the next week was the year 10s. And right when it got up to the whatever my sister's year is, the government was like, okay, we'll give you more money. So she didn't get her day off.
Oh, damn.
She was very upset.
That's good.
But yeah, they still don't get paid enough, but their pay did get increased last year.
Yeah, teachers pay. I don't want to get into that.
Bro,
that
it's
will
even
actually
worse.
make me really angry.
It's even worse in the US. Holy shit.
I know.
Holy shit. Well, I didn't realize how bad it was in the US until recently. I looked at it.
US, pretty much everything that is happening in the other developed countries, it's 10 times worse in the US.
Yeah.
With literally everything.
Yeah. Well, except homelessness, which somehow we have worse in New Zealand.
Except homelessness and suicide.
Youth suicide. That's...
Youth suicide. Yeah.
Because that made it better.
Yeah. And also, like, child abuse.
Yeah, and women abuse. And drink driving deaths, too.
I wrote a whole poem about drink driving.
That's fair enough. I feel like next time you write a poem about drink driving, you have to end it with "Stop a mate driving drunk, bloody legend." That's how you have to end it.
I don't want any ghost shit.
Spoonhead. Just crashy.
Monica said that you're a bit of a boosthead.
Want a chip? Want a chip? You know I can't have it.
I'm very sorry, that's a very niche fucking...
It's not niche. If you don't know ghost chips, educate yourself.
It's referenced in Thor.
It's Kiwi culture, man.
Literally.
You can't... The ghost chips ad, go watch it after this, because it's iconic. I feel like people outside of New Zealand don't understand it.
I don't care. It's fucking...
It's so good. Oh, it's the best.
It's
no ad.
Peak humor.
Well, it's so funny because it's such a Kiwi thing. Like, I was talking to people here about, like, drink driving ads and, like, things, and they're like, it's always so serious. And I'm like, all of our drink driving ads and ads like that are comedy. All of them.
Except for one.
Oh, except for the crash one. Mm.
Yeah.
No, that one's about
except
speeding.
For the one
that one's about speeding.
Oh, yeah.
Not drink driving.
Yeah, that's true. All the drink driving ones I feel like aim towards teenagers and stuff.
Yeah, that's
true. So they're more catered towards, like, humor and more relatable. The speeding crash one traumatized, like, every child in New Zealand. Like, I don't know a single Kiwi that doesn't, like, immediately see in vivid detail the ad. Don't look it up. Like, genuinely don't look it up.
Our ads are so good. And, like, they will play before, like... So, like, the slogan for drink driving is, it is "Stop a mate driving drunk, bloody legend." They have that on billboards. It's at the end of every drink driving ad. That's the thing. And then now there's a whole series...
And the same font. Like, I can see the font. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's just a really plain, simple font. But the billboard is literally sometimes just a black billboard, and that's all it says. And everyone knows... Everyone thinks of ghost chips. It's not the only ad that uses that, but it is the only ad that uses that. And we just have... New Zealand humor is so bad.
It's so bad.
Like, Wellington Paranormal, Kiara watches, and I could not get into it. Like, I just couldn't do it. I didn't find it that funny. But then, when they fucking came to Armageddon... Because they play their characters when they're talking. Yeah. I literally was dying. I laughed the whole time. Oh my god. Yeah. It was fucking brilliant. It was brilliant. They're so funny.
Hunt of the Wilder People and what the vampire one? I always forget its name.
Into the Shadows or something?
Yeah, Into the
Where we hide
shadows.
in the No?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Both, they're like one of my favorite, like they're like some of the best movies I've ever seen. I don't want to look at her though. Do you know what? No, I will look at her and say this out loud on the podcast, even though I've already made a TikTok and a tweet about it.
You made a TikTok about it? Cat.
I was pissed. I found out today she's never watched Emperor's New Groove.
Listen,
New Groove.
I have watched it. I just didn't watch it.
No, the movie. You said that you didn't even know there was a movie.
I might have watched it, but I just don't have any memory of it.
You don't even know Kronk?
I know who Kronk is.
Yeah, that's the movie.
That's a movie? I thought it was a series.
It was a series, but it's like, you know how Lilo and Stitch had a series. It's based off the movie. Because the movie's fucking iconic.
Pull the lever, Kronk!
Wrong lever. Yeah, that.
I remember that. But I don't think... I might have watched the movie, but it would have just been on, not something that I chose to watch.
Alright, so when we move in, I am going to make her, like, every night. Don't worry. I am going to fix her life for her. I'm going to get it together.
She's got a long list of things I need to watch.
Listen.
I'm uncultured.
Emperor's New Groove. Any Kiwi movie ever. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, the Captain America films.
We've been meaning to watch those for so, years.
Star Trek.
What about Harry Potter? How are we feeling on that with J.K. Rowling presently?
What do you mean? I don't know who J.K. Rowling is. Harry Potter's an autobiography. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's an autobiography.
It was written by Harry.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. I love that.
I have no idea who J.K. Rowling is.
I just don't watch movies, man. I just don't watch them. My attention span is too short for movies. Like,
I don't care.
I just don't.
These are like pinnacle points of history.
This is why Disney movies are good, because they're like short.
Emperor's New Groove is a Disney movie.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was culturally important. So.
How can you...
I've not ever heard anyone reference it, to my knowledge.
It's literally it.
Sorry, not sorry. Well, I can't think of things that you haven't seen, because I don't watch movies, and you do, so...
Because I am cultured.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I need to watch movies. I don't know, man.
You literally sound like I'm not like one of those girls. I'm not like the
I'm not.
That's what you sound like.
No.
That's what you sound like.
You are trying to make me to be one of those other girls by making me be every person who's seen these movies. I don't care. I just don't understand why I have to have seen them.
I'm too good for Star Wars.
No, I'm not too good for it. I just can't be bothered watching it.
I can't be bothered with those.
I can't. But I also don't care about any other movie either. So it's got nothing against being like a big cultural phenomenon. I just don't care. I just don't about movies. Except Hamilton. That's not a movie though.
How can you sit through a 3-hour-long play but still be like,
okay, but
an hour and a half long movie?
I this is why I know the first half so much better, is my I need to just sit down and watch just the second half, because I love it and I will watch it. But by the second half, my brain starts just leaving my head. So it is problematic in the way that I do find it difficult. I've watched it multiple times, but my brain has not fully comprehended the entirety of the last half. So I need to just watch the last half. That's just because I have a short attention span. I'm bad at it. In movies, I'll go to the cinema and then like get halfway through and like have to check my phone because I'm like, is this over yet? So no matter what it is, I can't, I want to know how much time is left of it. I get so by like when there's like half an hour left, I start just like counting down till it's over. So, I'm sorry. I don't have the capacity for it, man. That's why I like cartoons.
And the Barbie movies. I'm making her watch the Barbie movies.
I have seen them. One of them...
That's non-negotiable.
When I was a kid, I watched a few, and then one of them gave me nightmares, so I never watched them ever again.
Which one?
I have no idea which one. But okay, here's probably where my hatred of... I don't hate movies, but like as a kid, I was so scared of everything. So... movies, I never got into them because, like, you know, I don't think I ever really watched a full movie for the longest time. I went to the Piglet movie and I left because I got bored.
Piglet movie's scary. I think
I might have been scared in that one. Yeah. The Incredibles, I left during The Incredibles because I was bored. Yep, that's what I thought you were gonna say. I have ADHD. I don't know if that contributes to having a short attention span, right? Yeah. I feel like it does. That's my excuse. I got bored, so I left. And the SpongeBob movie, I got scared and had to leave.
That's also valid.
I just didn't have up until I was about 7. I don't think I ever fucking sat through like a full movie.
I will say the scariest movie, which you like, which I don't understand why.
It's Coraline.
I fucking hate Coraline.
I think I liked that because other people were scared of it, and that was my thing. It's like everyone was scared of spiders. I wasn't scared of spiders, so it was like
I was like other girls.
I was 9 years old, okay, but I didn't have friends. I had to impress people some way, and my way was being like, ha ha ha, I'm not scared, but also not at the same time. Actually, I realized my friends were really into horror movies. You know how Beetlejuice is meant to be like a comedy?
Yeah.
My friend really liked horror movies. And at her 8th birthday party, we watched Beetlejuice.
I like I don't have a problem with Beetlejuice.
We were 8, though. We were 8.
I think I was about the same. I don't have a problem with
there was just the one scene where their like blood was drained from their bodies.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is the only thing I remember from that movie. I saw that and I had to call my mom to come pick me up. And I've just nope.
Coraline, to end this off, this is totally not on topic of what we started, but I feel like I'm angry and I need to let it out through Coraline. Coraline, I've never finished it. I don't give a shit. As soon as that lady turns into a bug, I'm out. Nope.
I had it with the 3D glasses and we watched it at my birthday party.
Fuck no. God, fuck no.
I really want to watch it again. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I don't remember anything about it.
I know that she plucks out children's eyes and sews in buttons and steals their soul and turns into a giant bug.
Yeah. Shark Boy and Lava Girl is a good movie.
That is a very good movie.
I'll sit through that one. I showed it to...
Spy Kids is also a movie which you never watched.
I've also not seen Spy Kids. I've seen one of them. I have seen one of them.
The first one is the best one, but I really like the second one too.
I think I watched them with Emma one time. I went to her house and I think we did watch them. But I just don't remember them. But I have seen them. I don't remember them.
I will find them for her. Yeah. Don't worry. I will educate her.
There are a bunch of movies I know that I've seen. I just have no memory of. So... But, like, yeah, I don't watch movies. This year, I've seen more movies this year than I have in probably the last, like, 6 years combined. Because I've watched, like, every Disney Pixar movie.
Good. Good for you.
So...
Except for, obviously, Emperor's New Groove.
I haven't watched that one. Was that Disney?
Pretty sure.
I couldn't remember if it was Disney or Nickelodeon. I get the two confused. Like, I'm asking, is it on Disney Plus? I guess is my question.
Oh, I don't know about that. Should be. Yeah, it's Disney.
Is it on Disney Plus? We'll find out.
I don't know. We'll find out later.
We shall find out, and we'll keep you updated. Okay, well, it's getting late. I'm probably going to have dinner soon.
Yes. My laptop's dying,
So that was we never
stay on topic.
No.
But I hope we got you eager in the first portion. And in the second portion, comment down below what movies Sav has missed out on and what I should force her to watch.
I'm gonna come up with things that you haven't seen. I'm gonna try do that. Okay?
Okay.
I listened to Taylor Swift's Red album before you did. So that's my flex, right?
But you think it's also her worst album, so shut the fuck up.
I don't think it's her worst album.
When you rank them, you put it last. I've never been able to let that go because I put it first and I got so confused because she was like, no, that's the last one. And I'm like, how tasteless.
I did. Okay, remember, this was a couple years ago, and also, I haven't listened to them as albums for such a long time. So
this woman with her whole chest went, yeah, All Too Well is on the worst Taylor Swift album. With her whole chest.
I think it's to do with emotional attachment. I'm the least emotionally attached to it. But I think recently, listening back over the albums, it is definitely one of the top ones. I still have to put Fearless first, purely because of how it, one, nostalgia, and two, the situations it has helped me with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think probably top 3 would be... No, it's really hard. They're all so fucking good, man. I'm gonna put Folklore there. Folklore fucking...
It's Red, Speak Now, Folklore, Fight Me.
But like...
Fight Me.
I didn't realize how good 1989 was until I listened to it again recently.
1989 is really good.
Anyway, they're all different. That's the problem. They're all like different genres.
I know.
I hate it because it makes you can't compare them. Anyway, this is a whole different podcast. I feel like we can talk about Taylor Swift forever.
Yeah. Anyway, let's finish this.
Thank you so much for coming along. Remember, as usual, there is a link to the page on my website with petitions and donations and emails to send to MPs and things.
If you want to do your part in the world, we highly appreciate you checking them out and just even looking at them. That'd be really appreciated.
Share them with friends if you've already signed them or donated.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something you can do.
Yes. I think that's everything, right?
I think we're good, yeah.
Great.
Alright.
Thank you for coming along. We love you. Bye.
Bye.